Hi guys, I'm Dimension Jumper. Today we're doing my top 5 favourite modes in video games. Now for this list I'll be going over some of the modes in video games that you can play, whether it's the difficult or cool to play through, and yeah. So for number 5 is Super Luigi Galaxy. Now this can only be unlocked once you've collected every single Power Star and beaten Bowser for a second time. And what I like about Super Luigi Galaxy is basically that it's basically Mario Galaxy but with Luigi, and I think if you're looking for the completion bonus thing, I think playing through Super Luigi Galaxy is a cool thing, because with Luigi, he can jump higher and it's like slightly better as some of the harder stars later in the game than Luigi can than Mario can. But the sort of downfall to that is that Luigi kind of slides to stop. But apart from that, I do really quite enjoy Super Luigi Galaxy. So yeah, for number 4 is the Wind Waker Clean Clothes playthrough. So basically this can be unlocked once you've beaten the main game in the Wind Waker. And you can unlock this by basically beating through Wind Waker. And what I quite like about it is that when Link is given the clear hero's clothes from his grandma, for the entire playthrough you can see him wear his lobster shirt that he gets on his home island. And I think that's quite cool, because you don't normally get to see Link wear normal clothes. So I think the second playthrough of the Wind Waker is a good, cool example of how Link can wear his normal clothes and still look cool, and I think future games should kind of do that. For number 3 is Super Luigi Bros. U. Now this is basically like Super Mario Bros. U, but with Luigi except for Mario, and I do like how in the very first cutscene when Luigi's having tea or something with Peach, you can see Mario's hat on the table, and I think that's quite cool. And also I think this is, from what I've seen, is like quite challenging, because you get 100 seconds on each level, and I think that's quite cool, because you need to try and get to the flagpole as fast as you can, and try and beat all the bosses under 100 seconds. And yeah, I think Super Luigi Bros. U is more of a challenge than Super Mario Bros. U. For number 2 is Master Mode on Ocarina of Time 3D. Now what I like about the Master Mode from Ocarina of Time 3D is that it acts kind of like all the other Master Modes we've seen in previous Zelda games, like the Wind Waker and Skyward Sword, and even Twilight Princess. But for Ocarina of Time, this has the entire game flipped, kind of like how Twilight Princess HD did it with its Master Mode. And I think that's really interesting, because we haven't really seen Ocarina of Time flipped, unlike we've seen with Twilight Princess, where the GameCube version and the Wii version, where they were both inverse versions of each other. But for Ocarina of Time, I think that's more of a challenge, because you have to try and remember how to play the game like it was like when the original. And also there's some other stuff that slightly different in this, like there are some sculptures in different places and some harpies in different places, and I think that's slightly more of a challenge than in the original. And for number 1 is the Master Mode from Breath of the Wild. Now I think this is the best version of any Master Mode in Zelda games, mainly because not only do enemies hit harder, but they can also regenerate their health. And also there are some monsters in different places. For example, for Lionel, there's a Lionel in the Great Plateau, which is basically the beginning part of Breath of the Wild. I think that's really cool, because you have to try and think of how you can beat the Lionel, and I would probably say try and get some more slightly good weapons, and then you can try and beat the Lionel and collect its stuff. And also, one of the cool things about Breath of the Wild Master Mode is that there is a new variation of monsters, which is the gold monsters, which are basically the most difficult ones out of every single monster, and there's even the gold Lionels, and I think the gold Lionels are quite intimidating because that's probably the most powerful form of Lionel in the game. And I think Breath of the Wild Master Mode is quite enjoyable. It's like it makes you even think more outside the box, because you have to think of how to use your weapons, how to use your ruins, and just how to get around the regenerative health situation, and how to figure out how to fight all the main bosses. And yeah, and also if I had to give a bit of advice for the main bosses, like the Divine bosses, I would say use as many bomb arrows as you can, and probably use a Lionel bow to deal more damage, so then you can do the boss fights easy and you're able to defeat them more quickly. So that's been my list for my top 5 favourite modes in video games. I hope you enjoyed that video. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.